Through the witness of children, Our Lady came in 1917 to have the message of her Immaculate Heart spread throughout the world. Our Lady makes no mistakes. She chose young people for a reason. So, how can we greater understand our role in helping young Catholics in understanding this message? Stay tuned to find out. Hello and welcome back to America Needs Fatima. Be sure, if you haven't done so already, click subscribe and also to click the notification bell to never miss out on another story about the Fatima Message. In this video, I will share how you can help young people to understand the Fatima Message, from telling the story of the apparitions to finding out what you can do to help bring about Our Lady's triumph of her Immaculate Heart. These are all things we will cover in this episode. How we pass on this message will create in them a sense to spread it. At least, that is my thinking on this subject matter. The number one way is to tell them the miraculous story of the apparition itself. The young are attracted to fantasy and wonder if anything like that could really happen. We Catholics know the answer to that. Of course. It is best to use the story of the 6 apparitions on our website. They are easy to follow, and you can stop and ask the child how they feel, how they would actually feel if Mary came to them. I think you'll be surprised of the answer. I always found it fascinating that Mary spoke to ordinary people just like us. So imagine you have a youth whom you love, who may not know this message of Fatima. The impact will be immense when they see that it was a boy or girl close to their age that saw Our Lady. Can you imagine the wonder in their eyes? Now think of Our Lady's message of praying the rosary. It is best to get them started on the rosary as soon as possible. Young people are very tactile, and putting a rosary in their hands will help assist you in keeping them focused during family prayer. I know I was one of them. Pray the rosary together, and they'll begin to pray it on their own as they get older. Then her messages of conversion and reparation because of sin would be good for any child to hear. Conversion is cyclical and happens over the course of all of our lives, and conversion from sin means confession, contrition. Then we do things to sacrifice a bit of comfort for the reparation to appease God. This part may frighten kids, but it is not anything to be afraid of. It can be easily done by maybe praying more, not eating a favorite food or snack, or not watching TV. Start out slow and small. Then we pray and fast for the triumph of Our Lady's Immaculate Heart. The 3 shepherd children were able to give themselves fully to God and Our Lady. That amount of suffering they endured was the strength of their faith. When we, all of us, including children, suffer, let us give all of that to God, and He'll use that suffering for good, especially when this suffering leads to an avoidance of hell. And, it's important to express this in a truthful but a serious way for children. For our suffering, for us poor sinners, and for the souls in purgatory, will lead them and us into paradise. So we need to have our children learn the message of prayer, penance, and reparation. This is the need of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, to trust in God with all we are. And who has a better heart and more pure trust than that of a child? It is why Our Lady came to children, or those with a humble and childlike trust in her in the first place. It is up to them to pray her most holy rosary with faith and devotion, gaining the promises of peace from the rosary. We must remember penance in the form of confession can be a bit scary, but it is a moment to make right our relationship with God and receive the mercy and grace that He bestows on all of us. That is how we get children to think about conversion. Acts of reparation and fasting can and should go hand in hand because they work for the sanctity of the soul and purify us. And God looks with favor on us for our sacrifice. I encourage you to start today. Introduce your children to the message of Fatima. Taking this time to do this now is something you could never possibly regret. Another Catholic concept you could talk to your children about is purgatory, and more on how we specifically here on earth can help the souls of our loved ones in purgatory get to heaven sooner. At AmericanNeedsFatima.org, we have an online registry of names of those who have passed on. Every month, the friends and members of America Needs Fatima pray a 30-day novena and offer up their daily prayers and sacrifices for all the names on this list. If you have any dearly departed loved ones that you would like prayed for every day, go ahead and click the link in the description box below and add their names to the Holy Soul Registry. Want to know what Our Lady of Fatima and medical freedom have to do with one another? Stay tuned for next week's episode. Thanks so much for watching. May God bless you and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. Until next time, talk to you later.